All right, we are at Proverbs chapter 17, verse 15. Acquitting the guilty and condemning the innocent. The Lord detests them both. This is Solomon speaking, a king who had to, judge guilt and innocence on a regular basis. And I know from my perspective, if I was in a classroom and the teacher said that I had done something wrong and I hadn't, I got quite upset. Or today, if someone accused me of being a white racist because I'm white, I get upset. I don't think I'm guilty of that. No more than all men are sinners, and so we all make bad judgments. Or I was in a classroom once, and the teacher said that all men are rapists. I was upset. Not a rapist. Again, no more than all men who look upon a woman with lust have committed adultery in their hearts. So God says people do enough sins, and when they do those sins, they should be punished. They should be judged for the sins that they do. But when they're doing things which are good, and without God, all our actions fall short of his righteousness, but with him, we do good things which are good. When they do things which are good, they should be punished for that. In fact, they should receive accolades. And so he detests when we falsely attack what is good or when we falsely promote what is evil. God does this well. From a government perspective, it means we should be very careful in our courts. We should set up a system which has justice, which is fair and balanced, impartial. That's a good thing. And in our own lives, we should look at what others do and try to, again, take it with a keen understanding and an understanding of what God views as right and what God views as wrong. Okay? Going on, 16. Of what use is money in the hand of a fool, since he has no desire to get wisdom? It's an interesting thing you often see. People who win the lottery generally lose all of the lottery within about 7 years. And someone said, we could reset all the money, and after 7 years, everybody would be back where they were. The ones who were good at earning money would continue earning it. The ones who were fools and got into debt would continue to drop. Proverbs is saying that money in the hand of a fool is useless. Both because from a worldly perspective, it means money in the hands of a fool dissipates and is gone. But from a heavenly perspective, because God's blessings in the hands of someone who doesn't understand that this is a blessing of God to be used for his purpose, it's like dust in the wind. Even if you seem to accomplish much in this world, you've accomplished nothing if it's not eternal. And the only way to accomplish eternal good with the blessings God has given is by having the Holy Spirit act through your actions, through your vocation, so that your acts of love reveal the acts of love of Christ. So, and interesting. I kind of like that verse, 16. 17. A friend loves at all times, and a brother is born for adversity. How do you know a true friend? Because they're there whatever happens. They're not there because you have that money we were just talking about. They're not there because, you're a beautiful person. So no matter what's happening, a friend and a brother, they're there, and they're there particularly for when trouble comes. If I have trouble, I called my brother. He would do whatever he could reasonably do to help me out. And I'd do the same back to him, or my sisters, or my family, That's why we're there, right? That's why the church is there. The church should be there when troubles happen, when Iowa is hit by a weird windstorm, when Louisiana and Texas are flooded, when California has raging fires, when Wisconsin has rioting in the streets. Church should be there to help out, to forgive, to love, to bring spiritual and physical aid. Okay? Makes a lot of sense. 18. A man lacking in judgment strikes hands in pledge. Here, I'll take care of that for you. And puts up security for his neighbor. Lacking in judgment, the man puts his own reputation, his own money, his own possible bankruptcy into the hands of his neighbor's honesty, his neighbor's industry, his neighbor's abilities. It's saying here that not to help out other people, but you have blessings with which you can help other people, excess blessings in most cases, because God tends to give us in excess. And you can help out your neighbor, but you don't want to tie your future to his industry. You don't want to tie your honor to his honor. God has put that under your authority, under your control. And when you strike a pledge, when you put your name as backing, when you put your future into someone else's hand, it says that's not a very wise or smart thing to do. 19. He who loves a quarrel loves sin. He who builds a high gate invites destruction. So, he who loves a quarrel. I don't love quarrels. I did say earlier I love argumentation. Like I love the process, and I love demonstrating logic, and I like seeing if I can convince people. Well, this is something I have to learn to do less, right? A wise man listens to rebuke. There are people who just love quarrels. They love getting into this and, just going head. It's not saying that you shouldn't learn to be good at apologetics. That is, being able to give a reason for the faith that is in you, being able to answer questions or knowing how to let someone know what's true as compared to what's false. But it is saying that you shouldn't be doing that and causing people to be angry. With that as kind of an end. A quarrel, your expectation is that this is going to produce a bad result. Hey, I'm right, so I'm going to show them I'm right. You know what's going to come of that. Don't do that. And then the building a high gate, okay, you think you're so smart. Let me show you how smart I am. I'm going to build my logic to the point you can never get past it. Well, that's a challenge to others to get past it. Oh yeah? You think I can't get past that? You think I can't argue you? You think I can't win against you? I'll show you. And then sometimes they'll even show you in ways which aren't honest or, which cheat a bit. So you're inviting forces against you to just prove you're wrong. To just demonstrate that you're not that much greater than they are. We're going to stop there for now. We'll talk with you next time. Next time we'll start at verse 20 of chapter 17.